Noises have obliterated everything. They became an absolute. Noises are simple, loud, unhealthy.
Hi Quentin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. Thank you.
First of all, can you tell me how you pronounce your movie? Because I don't even want to try to butcher it.
For what I've heard, like the Buddhists, they said Sunyata.
Sunyata.
Sunyata, yeah.
Sunyata. Cool.
Yeah, like it was like it could be like a H at the beginning and not a S, Sunyata, yeah. Some people around me, they say Sunyata. It's okay, like Sunyata. I don't mind. Maybe like the Buddhists will mind, but I don't.
I'm so glad that Lola connected us.
Same. Yeah.
I worked with Lola once. I think you guys work together all the time.
Yeah. What did you do?
She edited a commercial for me for this tower in Brooklyn called the Brooklyn Tower. So I actually I came to Paris to edit it. Like when my girlfriend sent me the Paris the ice cream website, I was like, oh my God, like this is amazing. I need to work with these guys, and I got set up with Lola, and we had a great time. Yeah.
So you edit in Paris an ad you shot in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Why not?
I really wanted because the idea is that it was for a building, but we wanted it to feel like a perfume commercial. So Parisian filmmakers make the best fashion ads in the world. So that was part of the recipe.
When was it?
Like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
So you edit at her place, right?
Yeah, at her apartment.
Yeah, that's nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Now we have an agency now. So we have how do you say in English? Office.
Office. And is it for all ice cream people, or is it just a couple of you?
It's for all of us, but there is only like 4 editing room, which is enough.
Yeah.
So it's only the edits we do at home. We do it now at the agency. That's it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, I mean, your film, I watched it twice. I didn't think about too much. It made me feel what I felt, right? And I kind of liked just feeling that and not going too deep right now. But tell me about, because it's a movie about silence, right? But so much of it, to me, it's shot beautifully, but the sound design was amazing. Was all tell me how you approached the sound design. Was it all done in post, or were you actually recording stuff while you were shooting?
No, everything was done in post. I really love sound design. So 99% of what you hear as sound design is what I did during the edit. And then I give it to my friends at Bruit, and they adjust a lot of it. We play some sounds, hide some more. They did something really cool at the end that I didn't want it to have at the beginning, and they did something that was like awesome the first time. So everything was done in post because nothing was done during the set. We had no mic or something like this.
Yeah. Sorry that I went straight into a technical question, just because that's what I've been wanting to ask you the most. But what was the inception of the film? Like what made you, where did it come from?
The inception of the film. I love it. Yeah. I love the question. Where does it come from? A good question. I love silence. Not only about that, but I used to do a lot of retreat, like silent retreat, meditation retreat, and I think there is an aspect in that. But the first time the idea of the film came, I think I was in Thailand and I was sick, like freaking sick, and it was so noisy in the city. I was in a hospital bed. I was supposed to rest, and it was super noisy outside the hospital. It was noisy inside the hospital, and I have sinuses that were totally infected, like above and under. So I couldn't move my head. So with the sound of the vibration, you can feel everything.
Wow.
And I think that was the first time that I really think like, wow, my God, like noises are just insane. I did just pure silence right now. And then for a couple of years, it made its way in my mind. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Where our film festival is Coconut Grove. It's a part of Miami that is very quiet, really, and it's
Cool.
very green, and we're by the water. And it's funny that my girlfriend and I spend a lot of time in the summer in rural Italy, in the middle of nowhere in Tuscany. And
Nice, I love it there.
when I get there and I sleep, and I realize, oh, I think I live in a quiet place, but it's not
Okay,
quiet at
okay.
all. Yeah.
What what do you hear where you are? Is it just like the sound of the waves?
No, I wish. It's the sound of the elevator. Like, but you don't, because you get used to it, right? The door of the elevator opening and closing.
shit.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I can't even remember last time I heard it, but now sometimes I think of it. It's that thing that keeps making a little noise, or I mean, the fact, even if this is a quiet neighborhood, we're still in a big city, so those noises, get here. The garbage truck, all of that. Right?
And even more if you went to the middle of Tuscany. I mean, like, I love this place. So it's so nice, and it's full nature. It's very wild, so it's nice there.
Oh, let me add one more thing that's changed now in the sound of Miami. Is before people played tennis, and now they play pickleball and paddle, and that ball makes a different noise. It's a hollow noise, and I don't know if it's the rackets are hollow, and then it reverberates through all the buildings.
The rackets are they are hollow.
So So you thought about this originally when you're sick in the hospital, and then
not about the movie, but just about silence.
But just silence. Wow. And then what was the first step in the making of the movie? Was it the voiceover, like a poem, like you wrote it almost like a journal, and then you started putting visuals to it, or you did the visuals and sound and then added the voiceover afterwards?
No, I really, like you said, it was kind of weird because I love to write, like script and that kind of stuff. But I just starting to write the voiceover, and then I didn't know how I could like write a script or a narrative or something visual around it, like just with words, because it's complicated. You know, just to you know it is. You just write word as something it's supposed to be visual, but it's not visual. It's just word on paper. So what I did is like I use an AI to record the voiceover.
Wow.
To have just like there's a guy I love. What's his name? He's dead now. he has a super voice. He's an American guy. He's a not artist name, but he's known as Ramdas.
Okay.
You know Ramdas?
No, I don't.
He's an American guy who lives in California. He's one of the first guy who discovered yoga in India. He did a lot of experimental stuff with psychedelic in the 60s, 70s. He's awesome. Like, check it out. He's awesome. He has an awesome voice. So I clone his voice on the AI software, get him to say the voiceover. So it was pretty cool. And then I wrote the film, like visually, as a mood tape, like totally inside the editing software. Like I just like put the voiceover and starting to look around all the film I had in my mind, what could work with the voiceover, and from that I had a mood tape. Like it was like maybe 3 minutes long. I said, okay, this is a film I can do. So it was a storyboard at the same time, and it was super easy to like ask my friend who is a DP on the film to say to him, I want to do that film, but like kind of exactly that film. So
you're kind of blowing my mind, because obviously as a really good editor, you started building the movie in the software,
in the edit,
the edit. So you started building it in the edit, and so did you use any like archival shots? And that's what you
what kind of shot?
archival, like shots that you got from
archival
the
shot?
internet? Is that what you showed your DP? Or what
No,
did you show your DP?
no. Mostly, it was a lot of different shots from different films.
So photographs, so
So,
stills.
No. I
No,
mean,
oh, yeah.
really sequences from film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Like most of it, a lot of the stuff from in the city, like the main references were Kwiatkowski.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the main references. And then the guy who was like taking sound, I think I used like references from Blowout.
Mm-hmm.
There is some nice shot, a very long shot, like that kind of stuff. So it was really like there was a film before the one you saw, because like you could watch the movie tape and be like, cool.
Yeah. Great.
Because I did a lot of sound editing already on the
Yeah.
movie tape, so everything was in
Yeah.
it. So I just said, okay, now we need to shoot that.
Yeah.
So that was
And was the editing style something that you had figured out with the mood tape? Because I feel like, there's a lot of changes in speed and slowing up and
Yeah.
speeding up. Is that something that was there before and then you took that into your shot list?
when you say speed, do you mean like the frame rate?
No,
Or some shots?
I guess a little bit of that, but the
Or just the
tempo,
rhythm of the
rhythm.
Okay.
Yeah.
The rhythm mostly, because that's how I edit that kind of film. So the rhythm, mostly, and then like technical stuff, not really. Like I knew I wanted to shoot some stuff like in 12 frames per second, some kind of stuff. And I already had some, like in the mood depth, you already had like the beginning of the film was in black and white, and then the end was in color. But then I decided later on that when we will shoot, everything like in black and white will be in 12 frames per second, and then in 24 when it was in color. That kind of stuff came after.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
But mostly everything like was ready with the mood tape. The mood tape was at the same time, it was like a script, a mood tape, a storyboard, a sound direction. Everything was really in it.
And from watching the film, I could see a version where you shot little bits at a time for 6 months, or did you shoot it in 2 days?
I think that the total of days were 3 days of shooting.
Okay.
But I starting to shoot, the first day was like in February, and then I shot the 2 last day in July.
Yeah, you feel it, which is awesome. It makes it feel like a scope is bigger.
Cool.
And what the picture looks absolutely beautiful. Tell us about like how did you pick your lenses and all of that, and your camera.
Where do I start? This is a long story. Like I try to be short. I love like 70s film, so I wanted to have an kind of old look, old vibe in the film, and like most of the references I used in the mood tape were 70s film or film that are done nowadays that look like 70s film. So I asked my DP to find like the coolest and oldest lenses he could find in a very restricted budget, because there was like no budget. And the camera, like we could shot it in red, red digital, but because we had no money and I wanted to be very fast, I didn't want to lose too much time with the equipment. And everything you see that is shot like in the city, like even if there is only like 2 person like behind the camera, like there is my DP holding the camera, I'm doing the focus, and there is my actor in front of us, and that's it. Wow. So you can shot little stuff like this in Paris. You have the rights, but if you have like a focus puller, a lot of stuff with the equipment camera, then people start to look around you. They can call the police and that kind of stuff. So I really wanted to avoid that, to feel free and light, and to go fast, because I know like I will have only one day with the camera. My DP said, okay, we'll shoot with a very good camera that is light, not like a film cinema, a film camera, but a camera that's mostly used in documentary. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a FX6 from Sony.
Yeah. I use it. I've used it often this last couple of years.
Yeah, which was good, and for him it was super fun because he could like switch the ND filters very quickly, and we did it a lot. Otherwise, with the red, it will be like an insane amount of time, like to change it. Yeah. Even like the speed at which you change the lenses, it's more complicated. So yeah, like small camera, small lenses. We use 2 zooms. And that's it, yeah.
So 2 zooms. The whole thing was shot in zooms, or you had zooms and some primes?
Yeah, we had some primes, yeah. Not a lot, but we had some primes, yeah.
It looks absolutely gorgeous. I honestly, I'm kind of shocked that came from a FX6, which I've used often these last couple of years. But my
GP was shocked. He was like, "This is good. This is really good." Like, cool. Yeah. Even some shots we were. I think all the shots you can see in the train station, I done it myself with. I have my how do you say, Alpha 7S from Sony. And everything in the train station I shot it with that. Wow. It's too kind of It's amazing. And then we graded, like I love grading also, and I pre-grade even the mood tape was pre-graded with an idea what I wanted it to look like. Cool. So like I was fucking up all the images in the mood tape, and then I came with that with my color grader, and we had fun with it.
Who graded it?
Thomas Canu.
Okay, so Thomas also graded my Brooklyn Tower thing.
Fuck yeah! Awesome! Nice.
He's great.
Yeah. Cool. Little world, nice.
Yeah. And
super nice, and he did it like in one day.
Yeah. But you had done months of reference testing and stuff.
Yeah.
And how did you meet your DP who did this? Do you guys do commercials together?
No. I think maybe. He's just a good friend of a production company I used to work with in Paris, and he's always around when I'm working with them. And with the years going on, like he became a good friend. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And he's living like next door, like 2 streets beyond me, so it's just like, let's go.
Amazing. Perfect.
And
you needed and the actor, because it's just 3 of you guys. Was he nearby as well whenever you needed him?
What? Sorry.
Was the actor also like available whenever you needed him?
No, that's why we shot in February and in July.
Okay.
Like no, we didn't find like a day where everyone could be together before July. Like, he was doing like a lot of stuff with acting, like shooting, that kind of stuff. And Arnaud, the GP, was shooting on his side. I was editing on my side. So the planning was. And we shot, the interior was shot at a friend's place in the middle of the forest. It's a sound studio for music. And he wasn't available because he was on tour for his album, that kind of stuff. So it was like...
Well, I can say this because even though I co-founded the festival, I am not a juror. I wasn't a juror last year. I'm not a juror this year. I stay away from the jury. We get people that have no connections to anyone to the films. So I can say this, dude, man, your film is one of my favorite movies we're playing this year. Cool. I'm so excited.
Cool, nice.
I'm so
excited.
How
does it work? Your festival? Where does it come from? Why do you?
Well, so last year, my friend Javier Manrique and I were both Coconut Grove, kind of lifetime Coconut Grovites. We were bored. Javi's done 2 feature films. I've done 1. I'm trying to make my second. He's trying to make his 3rd. And we just had some time off, and we're kind of bored. And we're like, how is it possible that there's no film festival in Coconut Grove? Coconut Grove is I think the coolest neighborhood in Miami and maybe in Florida. It's on the water. It's very green. The movie theater Cinepolis is like it's in an open air mall with restaurants, hotels. So it's not like some film festivals you have to drive to go to one screening and drive to go. It's like a real village. So we saw great potential. We opened a nonprofit. We applied for our 501c3 with the IRS. We got approved, and we put this together really, really quickly. Last year, we put it together in 6 weeks, from idea to screening and parties and everything. And this is our second year, so we're tiny. Like in the future, we want to be able to be like, hey, Quentin, here's a flight, here's a ticket, here's a hotel. We're trying to get people to be able to come, obviously, as we grow, and we really see the potential in it. So last year it was only a short film competition, and all the features were special screenings, whether there were anniversary screenings or directors or producers coming to talk about their films. This year, it's the short film competition is still the biggest competition. So we have like 20 films and different awards for that. For the first time, we have a student film competition, which has 8 films.
Nice.
That are and they're a lot shorter, and then we have a feature film competition, so 4 features.
Nice.
So last year was 3 days, this year is 4 days, so it's just growing a little bit at a time. And yeah, I'm so excited to hear your movie in the theater as well. Yeah.
Cool. And
where has it played, by the way, Quentin?
Not much anywhere, because I finish the mix you heard like when you watch it on Vimeo is a binaural mix, like the sound move. If you listen to it with the
3D
headphones on, like it's moving around, so it's cool. But I didn't have a 5.1 mix at that time. Like I think just before our call, the sound guy sent me the 5.1 film mix, so I will listen to it just after. So I just did like a small screening for my friends, my team, at the end of November, because my actor, like his girlfriend is living between Paris and Brazil, and he was going to Brazil for like all December. So I wanted to do a screening with him,
like a family and friends screening.
Team. Yeah, exactly. And I wanted exactly, like I called it a screening for the hearts. That's the name I had. And I didn't want it to do something like in a theater, professional like that. I really wanted to keep it very small. So that's the only thing. Because I wanted to wait for the final 5.1 mix to start seeking for festival.
So wait, is this your world premiere? Can I put world premiere?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
sure.
Thank you. That's awesome, man. Well, we're so honored, Quentin. So nice to meet you. And definitely next time I'm in Paris, we'll hang out for sure.
Yeah, sure, with pleasure. Yeah.
I can't
wait. Do you
to,
keep directing?
Yeah. I've tried to make my second film like 10 times.
Nice.
Wow. And finding, getting closer. And then, I live in London half the year with my girlfriend, so I'm always, I'm very close to Paris. And I mainly shoot here in the US nowadays. Before I was like in Prague all the time, and Budapest and London, and just for, I don't know, just sometimes you get jobs over there, sometimes you get jobs over here. I have Italian passport and the US passport, so I can work in both. But I haven't worked in Europe in a bit.
Okay. So you keep directing as commercials, I mean?
Yeah. And it's funny, I always like editing them in Europe. So the last 4 spots, I'm working with this editor in Rome. I also probably like the fact that I wake up in the morning and shit already happened. They already worked half the day, so I have something to see in the morning.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. And can I ask you, like, in festival, because I didn't. I did the film just like for me mainly. So and then now I'm thinking about festival, and when I just starting to look around like the different kind of festival there is. For me, my movie is a bit mainly experimental. Like it's not really fiction. Like you can feel the narrative vibe, but it's not there so much. And is there like a place for experimental film like this one in festival? I mean, you have yours, but
yeah, I honestly don't know. One of the reasons we started this film festival as well is because my short films, my feature films were comedy, and I had such a hard time getting in anywhere because
Really?
most festivals want like the depressing movie about the guy with one leg that is blind. Yeah, it's like everyone wants all this.
I thought it was only in France, but no, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's about everything has to be about hardship. Like I'm Hispanic. If I make a movie about Hispanic having hardship, I'll probably get into Sundance. But no, I make funny shit. So it's one of the reasons we wanted to make this festival was like that we wanted happy, fun movies to watch. Look, yeah, out of the 20 short films, are there 2 or 3 depressing ones? Sure, yeah, 2 or 3, but not 98%.
Yeah. Okay,
So honestly, like I actually don't know too much about festivals. All I know is that we want our festival to be happy and fun and exciting.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, because I just started to look like a couple of days ago, like in the Film Fest platform, because I didn't know that kind of website existed. I'm just looking around. I'm like, wow, there's so much festival. So which one to pick?
Many.
Like, yeah. And it was super cool because you gave me like a coupon,
Yeah, a waiver.
A waiver, and I was just checking like this all the festival, and you have to pay for everything. So I'm like,
everything. Yeah. No, and that's the thing. Like, again, for why we started this, like I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars and realized like comedies just really, for the most part, don't have a place. So
it's insane because like that's what most people watch in TVs or streaming, or even when you go in theaters, like it's comedy first.
Yeah.
I mean, that's strange.
Yeah. Now I listen to podcasts and get most of my comedy on podcasts or YouTube because, I mean, at least Hollywood, they've shied away from really funny movies. The movies that we had in the early 2000s were sure, comedy gold. I miss it.
Wow. Yeah.
But we're gonna bring it back.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Quentin, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate your time. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have the world premiere of the movie, which I will learn how to pronounce by the time the festival starts.
Easy. It's easier than my name, so it's okay.
Yeah.